Good evening, fellow Americans, for I have some very sad news for all of you today. And I think the sad news for all the fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world, and that is that Martin Luther King was fatally shot today in Memphis, Tennessee. Martin Luther King dedicated his life to love and to justice between fellow human beings. He died in that cause of that effect. In a different day, in a difficult time for the United States, it perhaps will be to ask, what kind of nation are we? What direction do we want to move in for those of you who are black, considering the evidence evidently is there was white people who were responsible for this death? You could be filled with bitterness. You could be filled with bitterness and hatred and desire for revenge. We can move in that direction, or a country in greater polarization. Black people amongst blacks, white amongst whites, filled with hatred toward one another, and we are to make an effort as Martin Luther King did, to understand and to comprehend, replace the violence, the stain of bloodshed that has spread across our nation, in effort to understand compassion and love. For those of you who are black and tempted to be filled with hatred and mistruth of injustice of such an act against all white people, I can only say that I can also feel in my own heart the deepest kind of feeling. I had a member of my family killed, but he was also killed by a white man. But we have to make an effort in the United States. We're here to make an effort to understand, to get beyond, to go ahead with these rather difficult times. My favorite poem was a poet by Archer who once wrote, "Even in our deep sleep, pain which cannot forget, falls drop by drop upon the heart, and in my own despair, against our will, comes wisdom through the awful grace of God." What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence and lawlessness. What is love and wisdom and compassion toward one another, feeling justice towards those who still suffer, whether he white or he be black. We can do well in this country, and we can all have difficult times. We have difficult times in the past, and we'll have difficult times in the future. It is not the end of violence. It is not the end of lawlessness. It is not the end of disorder. But the vast majority of white people and the vast majority of black people in this country want to live together. People in the country want to live together to improve quality of our life and want justice to all human beings that abide in our land. Let us dedicate ourselves to what the Greeks wrote so many years ago. To tame the savages of man and to make gentle the life of the world. Let us dictate ourselves to that and say our prayer for our country and for our people. Thank you and good night.